Hi everyone, it's Kute here, sending you much love wherever you're watching this video right now. In today's video blog, I want to deal with a very delicate topic, and I often get asked some variation of this question, and the question goes something like, Kute, what do I do if my spouse or the person I'm in relationship with cheated on me? He, she cheated on me. What do I do if this person, I love them, I gave them everything, and they cheated on me? What should I just leave? What do I do? Should you? Well, if your partner cheats on you, should you leave? Should you go? Should that be it? I mean, the simple response that people might give is just leave. I believe that is a simple way to look at it, and I'm not someone that condones cheating in any way or living out of integrity in any way, shape, or form. I believe that we all have to honor the agreements that we made up within ourselves and that we set up in our relationships. And part of integrity, part of building trust, part of being an authentic human being is to honor those agreements. So I don't condone cheating in any way. I always am for being honest with where you're at and where you're not, even if the other person doesn't like it. And as a result, giving the other person, having the respect and love to give each person that you're in relationship with the choice because of your honesty before you just do something. And so in terms of what do? Should you just leave? I don't believe it's as simple as saying, okay, my partner cheated, I should just leave. I believe that there's many different considerations, and it's really quite complex. So if you're in a relationship, your partner cheated, it's easy to say just leave. But I think it's important to ask yourself, number one, do you love this person? Do you deeply love your partner? Do you care for them? Do you love them? Because if they love you and you love them and there's a connection, there's a real deep connection, despite the fact that they really may have screwed up and made a mistake and been out of integrity. I think first, if that's still there, that's something to consider. If the depth of love and connection is still there. I believe that in relationship, you and this other person, you attracted each other because you have certain lessons to learn. Relationship is about two people coming together, going in a similar direction, in a similar place. You attract each other because you have certain lessons to teach each other. Your souls have certain lessons to teach each other. And to me, the real success of the relationship isn't necessarily how long you stay together. The real success of the relationship isn't simply do you just have fun and a nice time. The real success of a relationship is, do you grow? Do you evolve? Do you grow and evolve and become the most authentic version of yourself? When you understand the real purpose of relationship, you understand that the real purpose of relationship is to evolve. The real purpose of relationship is growth, is an evolutionary process. So I don't care if you stay together with your partner and everything is lovely, but you're not growing. That to me, that's not really success in relationship. And so when you understand that, then you can understand that inevitably your stuff will come up. Your stuff will be triggered in relationship with your partner. Your stuff, their stuff is going to come up. They're not going to be a perfect human being. You're going to have to deal with stuff. You're going to have to deal with some stuff. Their stuff, your conditioning. And this is part of, I believe, why you attracted the person. This is part of why this person showed up. Your partner, the relationship you're in, the partner you're with, is a mirror manifestation of an aspect of yourself. You attracted that person because they're mirroring to you a part of yourself, an aspect of yourself that you most need to deal with, heal, resolve, integrate, or simply love and embrace. Yes? Ultimately, there's no relationship out there with someone else. There's no relationship with that. If the partner you attract is a mirror, they are a feedback mechanism. You are in relationship with yourself. And so what are they teaching you about yourself? And so if they've cheated, ask yourself, do I truly love them? Do I truly still love them? Do I truly still feel a connection with them? Do I truly still feel I'm growing with them? Do I truly still feel there is growth available? And so rather than saying I'm done, ask yourself this question. And I think it's important to also reflect on and ask, is this a common thing that they're cheating? Like, Kute, yes, they've cheated on me 18 times. It happens regularly. I mean, if it's a one-off, it's never happened. You've been with this person 10 years and it's never ever happened. This is like they really screwed up. And they come, and I think it was something to be said, if your partner comes to you consciously, number one, they're honest. Number two, they tell you what occurred. Number three, they come to you with taking full responsibility. Number 4, they are obviously doing the mental, emotional, spiritual, shall we say, self-reflection, but they are also doing the necessary healing, the psychological, spiritual, mental, emotional, physiological work and healing to shift themselves. That is also another thing, because it doesn't matter if they want to be with you, if they want your forgiveness, but if they don't do the necessarily psychological, mental, emotional, physical healing to transform the patterns that maybe cause them to disconnect from themselves and have a huge slip in integrity that caused you great pain, then it's not going to work. So I think that's really important. And next thing is, do they and you, but what is their intention? Do they want this to work? Are they committed to it working? And also, is your partner willing to not just be honest with you and do the work, but are they willing to face the consequences of their actions? Are they willing to stand with you and be with you through your pain? Not just saying, hey, here's what I did, please forgive me, but are they willing to stand with you and be with you through your pain? Are they willing to be with you through your pain and deal with whatever your reaction is for however long it takes, and be willing to show up consistently in a way that shows and demonstrates the actual, tangible, compassionate willingness to restructure and redevelop the trust that was lost, realizing that trust that was lost and broken through that lack of integrity in that moment, that one time, let's say, it's going to take some time. So if you have all those components and they're willing to do all those things, and you still feel the connection, you still feel the soul connection, and then you are also willing to do your own self-reflection, self-healing, to realize what were the lessons for you that in terms of this classroom, what were the lessons for your soul in terms of why this came up, and you both can consciously work through it willingly together, and they're willing to be honest with themselves as though in terms of what they want, and the willingness to be honest with themselves in terms of that they are truly in the phase and time of their lives where they want to be in a committed relationship, not just because they think they want to or they think they should, but that's truly where they're at. Then I think you stand the possibility to grow together and evolve together, and perhaps use this very challenging incident and situation as an evolutionary path and portal to the deepening of your intimacy with yourselves, the deepening and transformation of your intimacy with each other, the deepening and transformation of your relationship, with the very fabric of your relationship, so that you can ultimately commit to yourselves and each other to say, you know what, this happened, I see where you're at, I see how you're taking full responsibility, I see your commitment, I see your intention, I love you, and I'm willing. Then there's a chance, not a guarantee, but a chance, if you feel all of that, a chance to use this as an evolutionary path to grow, to serve each other's souls in growing and evolving and perhaps learning. Life is about learning, and how our souls have incarnated in this human experience, not because we're perfect. We're going to screw up. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to do stuff that we're perhaps particularly not proud of, And so then you realize you can use the experiences of life as a learning to grow and evolve. And as human beings, I think this is the best that we can do. And then you have a perspective of relationship as a conscious path. So with that said, you get to reflect on what do you do. I don't believe it's as easy as saying leave, don't leave. I think there's many nuances. I've tried to share some of those nuances with you. But it's also important that they do their work, you do your work, you see where you're at. And you also reflect and look at, are there any ways I'm cheating on myself? Are there any ways I'm not honoring myself? Are there any ways I'm betraying myself? Are there any ways that I don't put myself first? And as you look at it all, then you can step back and go, does this, and I think it's case by case. It's not just a blanket statement of they cheated, go, or they cheated, stay, and you do that with every person. There's no formula. You have to feel also the unique karma, the unique connection with that particular soul that you're with in that moment, and the lessons that you have with them. And I believe that all lessons are repeated until learned. All lessons are repeated until learned. You can run from the person, you can't run from yourself. You may end up in another relationship with another person, and it's the different person, same pattern. Different person, same issue, same lessons, same learning, same thing again. And so feel into also in your consideration, is there more for me to learn here? Is the learning to work through this together? Is the learning to work through something with this person so I can resolve this pattern and they'll shift and we can evolve our relationship, or I'll shift and I can then leave and attract something different? Is there more for me to work with this person to really fully get the lesson? Or is part of the lesson, we're done, this was the karma, this was the completion, I'm done, it's over? And obviously, if they're not willing to take responsibility, they're not willing to do all the things I shared in this video, responsibility, the work, the intention, the commitment, the patience, etc., then you don't really have a foundation to simply say, okay, I'm going to forgive you. Because what you're forgiving is someone that's not really mentally, emotionally in a place to receive what you have to offer. And clearly, they're going to do it again and they won't change. So I think it's complex. But I think when you see life, not from an ego perspective, but from a soul perspective, then if you have gone through a betrayal or been cheated in relationship, you're able to work with it. You're able to work with, this effect, maybe a one-time moment or a situation. You're able to work with it consciously while serving yourself and your partner and evolving in your own evolutionary process. My dear friends, I hope that helped. I tried to break down a lot of things. If you found this valuable, please do share it with everyone in your life that you know. Make sure you subscribe to my email list so that you can receive daily and weekly inspiration and notices about special events. And look forward to connecting with you and seeing you soon. Love now.